Game 1's going to be... Yeah, Hassan is Raiden. I'm just connecting in. So, Arabia is going to be our game 1. The civs are going to be Mayan for HumzaCrumza, very top tier Arabia civ, and Chinese for T90. So I would say they got 2 of the top 3 best Arabia civs. This is more what we expect. I love this as well. You could see that T90 actually started making the house and then went to the food as soon as he got it under the TC. This is the right way to play, and then he can do the house after. Really nice. China's start is all about getting to food as fast as you possibly can. Get your bills making, and then you start doing the extra wood, you start making the houses, you do the other things. But you do have a little bit where you have some population in your TC, so you don't need to make those first houses, and I think that I would imagine that's what slows a lot of players down if they don't like playing China, if they don't like the Dark Age. It's probably because they're not doing their eco fast enough. T90 is actually able to go on only 6 vills. Usually you see people going for 7 with China, making sure that it's not idling at all. See how he maintains. Yeah, see this idling? Idle TC for about 30 seconds already. But a lot of that is from the start. But you don't want it to add up. I mean, China's eco is all about, can I keep my vill production going? So both players here have civs that are at such a high tier that they can play full defender's advantage. They can play really strong early feudal. I'd say more Mayan. Going into barracks range openings can put a lot of pressure on. China might favor gearing to scout into range if the map's really long, and it looks like the map is pretty far away, but it's going to be very defendable for our Mayan player. While here, walling here and here, have safe gold in both locations if needed. Really safe wood, stone, and berries. So even if we lost all of our golds, Mayans can always put a bunch of vills on stone, drop a castle to defend, or TC out of it. So not a problem. I'm really liking Humza's map for him. Rack's going out. Look at the Rack's position, of course, towards the center of the map, towards where his opponent's going to be. You're going to see T90 likely doing the same thing. Again, it's their proximity to the opponent. You want your military buildings closer to your opponent so that you can replace your army if you actually get into a good position where you're pushing him. T90 4-2 wood. He's got a mill down though, so I don't think we'll see any drushing out of our China player. It looks like pre-mill drush though is in the cards though for our Mayan player. He's got gold, he's got no mill, he's got a racks down. These are all very big signs that it's drush. It is really important though to get good at thinking. Like we're seeing the whole map, right? So it's very easy for us to identify a drush, but you want to look at all the little things that seem kind of sus, right? For when you're scouting your opponent in your own games. Does he have 4 on wood? Does he have a mill when I have a mill? Do I see a racks? Racks would be the best. Or do I see 10 off a gold line? So all of these things combined, right? Any farms down early. We want to be kind of trying to read them as much as we can. T90 now sees the racks. He knows it's likely a drush. He's going to small wall in his villagers. Wall timings, right? You're thinking a drush is going to hit you before 9 minutes. So if you can wall your whole map by 9 minutes, go right ahead, live your life. If you can't, you're probably going to be doing small walls. So you can see that's where T90 is going in. He's going to do small walls. That way he can keep his eco going. He doesn't have to idle a bunch to try and wall this huge, these open spaces. His opponent is now into drush. So, drush openings, you could see drush into a couple of ranges and some more feudal but late feudal pressure, or you could see drush into FC. Both are going to be really hard to deal with. Looks like The T90 is going to go for the gold route, so we'll see Man-at-Arms coming out. Man-at-Arm into range is probably going to be one of the faster unit choices for dealing damage to a potentially walled opponent that could be on FC Tech. We don't know. We're blind right now in T90's position. So it's kind of hard playing against a Drush, because once they Drush, they have your vision, and then you have to guess whether they're FC or more army. So good players may send their scout forward. They might think they need their scout for a little bit in their base. Kind of depends on what's going on in the game at the moment. I'd like to see T90 go forward now. It looks like he is. He's feeling pretty safe now at his base. Militia won't really kill too much. Have to do some rewalling, that's fine. Probably see a range dropped right here, like, immediately. More farms. Well, maybe I'm a liar. It's going to be Man-at-Arm for T90, but will it be instant range? Obviously, it's not instant. We got 2 farms down already. So if you're starting to make farms, you're starting to wall, you're thinking more like turtle into FC type play and light army. If he dropped a range, it would give him archers across field much quicker so that he could actually get into his opponent's base. But oh my god, Humza's actually going to be outside of his walls! What a bloody loon! Humza! Wow, Humza had all of the initiative here. He got to choose whether he was FC or army and keep T90 guessing, but walking outside of his wall and then opening his wall to his opponent's army is going to be disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. Now T90 is going to get a complete scout off. He's going to figure out what his opponent's doing. He can also get the range in a decent location in terms of proximity, right? And he can wall behind it. So this is shifting towards T90's favor, even though it was opening into a Drush and potentially into Humza's favor. I like the quick walls here. Very good job. Like to see a little bit more walls here real quick. Need a range out. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it was double racks. Why? Humza is like Brett Favre in it right now, and I'm sure you guys are like, who the heck is Brett Favre, you boomer? But, you know, that's your problem, not mine. This is definitely a throw. I'd say this is a small throw and a Hail Mary throw. The double eagles is like, I feel like I'm behind my opponent in skill. I'm going to try something interesting and different. That was definitely a throw, but this was massive. Opening that up, walking outside, not tracking T90's army. T90 wasn't following the Drush anymore, so he knows that the Drush wasn't going to be, or the army was going to be at his own base and not at his opponent's. T90 doing a great job of baiting his opponent's army into the TC instead of fighting him. Run away! That's T90's. That's what he says every time. Run away! Use our towers. Use our TCs. Shoot from a safe location. Disgusting. Go down and brawl him. This is the right play though. This is great. He's playing very well. Villagers now +2 for T90. You would expect that though. It's China. Let's see. Idle Eco. He's been idling the Eco of Humza quite well. A couple extra minutes there. Idle TC. Not too much more than just the China idle TC. So T90 getting a better of the game so far. Big gaff there. I'd like to see a full wall here by Humza. Full Eagles is kind of weird to me. I think that if he went racks range, make some skirms so you can clear the archers, then you can go a second barracks, and your eagles will clear spear, skirm, and scout. So you have to get rid of the archers at first, especially in this sort of opening where he forced his opponent into early range, because his opponent knows I need a range to get into the enemy's base, and if not, I'll just defend with range. So he knows it's going to be range tech. And very high likelihood of archer, since he already saw the gold. Not to mention the mad arm opening from the opponent. I think he just didn't see the mad arms coming out. I think he didn't expect it at all. I think that really threw him off. So a lot of this is just snowballing off of that. Eagles going to die here. T90's got +1, so he's got fletching with these archers. They're going to do a bit more damage against the Vills. Vill count still maintaining that +2 for T90. Both players doing some raiding. A lot going on, though I think that it definitely favors T90 in both locations. Not saying that he won't get cleared, but the price of these armies and the streamline of into range tech is much stronger. He's going to move out here a bit. Or not. Is that... Oh man. What a quote. More eels coming out. So, he's tripling down here. He's got a third Rax coming out. And if you're gonna go big. The problem is it's a melee unit. It's like going 3 stables scout. Like, if your opponent walls, you die. So it's very hard in this meta, with all of the mines and wood lines being moved towards the TC by the devs for like the easiest defenders, wallers advantage. It's so difficult to go any melee line. You really have to gear towards range lines, which is why range civs are so OP. And eco civs are so OP. So this is just like destined to fail unless you keep your opponent open the whole time. That's a big ask in this ELO, or not ELO, in this meta with the way the maps are. A lot of market use going down. Looks like Humza's going to try to go up to the next stage now. T90's already on the way there. Be there in 1 minute. Gonna just wait for crossbow. No reason to push out. He'll wait for crossbow. He's got 200 stone. He'll probably drop 1 TC, move out with some crossbow. Until he sees his opponent go into Castle Age, and then maybe he'll defend again. Kind of treat them like knights. The really good thing for Eagles is that it's like they're a knight in Castle Age, but you can make them in feudal. So it's kind of the mechanic about like crossbows versus CA, right? Crossbows are better than CA because you can make them the whole time, and then you have a big ball to snowball with. It's not that they're actually better than the CA. In terms of stats. Double stable coming out. Not what I would have expected, but he's against full eagle, so it's whatever. Have some knights in front of those crossbow. Can't hurt. Second TC not coming out. He's going to go for map control first, so he's going to add more production for military. He's going to push into his opponent a bit. Yeah, Eagles can't do much here. Gonna do a little counter raiding. T90 again showing why defender meta is so strong. It's not the palisades that's the problem. It's the houses behind them that never die. 900 HP that you can make at any second. Now T90 will keep pushing until green gets castle, and then I could see him walking back a little bit. He definitely doesn't want to get caught by a huge spam of eagles, a swarm of eagles rather. He'll be taking the fights though until he sees the upgrades, it seems. He did add those stables as well, so he's thinking map control rather than ecoing. Eagle upgrades coming in here. About 20 seconds left until T90 is going to get his whole army killed. Well, he's got upgrades. No, don't fight yet! Don't fight yet! Oh, his upgrade's just now coming in with the armor. I think he should have waited slightly longer. He will take a good trade and kill T90's army, but it could have been even better. That's the kind of point where I was like thinking T90 would definitely run run back at least to this hill where his knights could replenish his numbers. So now he's thrown his crossbow army away, which means that T90 also is going to be on the melee tech. So both players... Ah, man. Humza's walls just not here this game. If he had walls, he would be against a melee unit, and he would force the same problem he was having onto T90, where T90 wouldn't be able to get in and do damage. As we see, though, T90 was able to get in, and actually he's going to get some sick damage with one knight. Oh my god, what?! What kind of tree is this, dude? Oh, DE, 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 DE. Yep, Humza's got a lot of army. T90 though, I mean, you gotta like double these. It's more like 10 to 28 because they do have more HP. They cost more though. Ding ding ding, thanks for the biddies.
Would lower HP houses make it better?
I think so, Jake. I think that if I was to, just for the house mechanic of bowling, I have a lot of critiques on different ways they could fix a lot, but I think they should put less HP and they should put more population into each house so that you don't need very many houses, because at least they should also cost more. So they cost more, you put more pop space into it, so you have like 10 houses in a game versus like 200 houses in a game. I know I'm being extreme here. You don't actually make 200 houses, but it would make less houses on the field, which means less walls on the field. Yeah, T90's getting pushed. He's still up by 5 vills. He's got TCs, so he's against a full 1 TC right now. All he has to do is not die. And that's a lot easier than killing your opponent. Not dying is not that difficult. You wall up, you TC up, you drop a castle, you go towards the end with really cheap units for their value, because you don't need upgrades, which would be mangonels, scorpions, monks. You don't have to upgrade these things. You don't have to have a lot of them. You just get very low numbers, you need low production numbers, and no upgrades. So defending is just an incredible advantage. T90's though sticking to the knight route, and this could potentially be a way he could lose. If Humza wins this game, I don't even know what's going to happen. My whole life is going to change. What is going on? Are we seeing this guy going full, like, White Wizard? Humza's got plus 7 vills. Humza's got 33 against 8 military. I've written him off. I wrote him off, and he's like, well, you're gonna write a book about it now. Oh my. Don't tell me this flock of eagles wins. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. So, again, back when T90 had those crossbows and like 2 knights, he should have ran back. We saw well, I shouldn't talk about the other games that we've casted because they're going to YouTube, but we saw other players having similar situations earlier today, and they made a different decision. Wow, the flood is here, dude. The flood is in, and now we've got big problems because oh no way, dude! Did T90 just lose game 1? Whoa, whoa, whoa! HumzaCrumza, what is up, dude? That's a name you won't forget now. It's a great name. It's hard to forget the name just because the name, but now he's taken games off pretty good level players, and in a 1TC fashion. Oh my god. My heart feels warm inside. This is great. Thank you, Humza. Fantastic win. I think if you walled better, you wouldn't even have had like the issues that you had. You definitely could have done this a bit better, but that's good. That just means you can improve even farther. I know I've been saying this about a lot of the kind of lower ELOs, but there's been a few mistakes and definitely some improvement can be made. But this is great. You don't need to improve that much to kill T90, I guess. Not with Eagles. Not with the flock of Eagles. Well played. Wow. Back to game. Okay. So, Monocle. I loaded a few of these in Editor, and they did seem to have weird spawns like this. There was some spawns where it was completely opposite sides of the circle, but then there was other spawns where it was almost touching TC. So we could see kind of weird games here, because if you plan for something non-aggressive, and as if you're on other sides of these wood lines that they would have to go outside of the circle to attack you, like on the ridge, it's going to take a lot more time to get to you. So the attack time is going to be significantly different based off the spawn. So it's going to be really important for these players to actually check their spawns and get scouting intel really fast. This is an interesting map. There's fish on the sides. There's gold and deer even farther out. So you could see good hunt sieves. You could see good fish sieves. You could see rush sieves, right? Because potentially some maps are going to be super close. I mean, imagine a trush this close, or man-at-arms, or a drush. I mean, anything's going to hit you hard. Let's see what their sieves are. Japanese against Bulgarian. Bulgarian, Humza may be thinking more aggressive play, and this is going to favor him being that close. If he does see where T90's base is. I don't know how to use Fog of War on this, unfortunately, so I can't even click in and out of it. I have no idea. If anybody uses Capture Age, maybe you could educate me a bit. But we'll just cast it like this for now. So, yeah, Bulgarian, as Deep Chill is saying in chat, Bulgarian Mad Arm Rush is going to hit very fast. T90 going for those fish. Humza going for some laming on the Vils. Nice play here. There's no loom yet. Tink tink. Good bonus for this for Japanese though. Being able to mill multiple fish lines. Gonna be a great one. You could see Mongols here. See Berbers here. Lots of walking. I like the Bulgarian pick though. Very aggressive. I'll just imagine it. Just imagine it. Using those deer, or not deer, excuse me, fish. Fish actually have the highest collection rate of any food, so going fish first is very strong. Actually, both players skipping the berries. Smart play. What up, UPS? USA! USA! Can you guys believe that we actually have a USA Cup that we get to cast? I feel like we've just been blessed by the AoE gods and T90 and McCausland, who are AoE gods, so I didn't say anything wrong. Heavy on wood. Humza is ahead in bills. I guess maybe he kind of forced Loom out of his opponent, and he's not gonna... Oh, he does have Loom as well. Okay, surprising. I don't know... How does this happen? Oh, I guess T90 went up much faster. Okay. Yeah, so there's no idle TC time, but Humza's ahead in vills in a pretty big way. 2 vills, but it makes sense now that I see that T90 is actually upping. I don't even look up here very often, so I'm just getting used to capture age. I have to acclimate a bit. Both players actually choosing to wall the closest positions. Humza making a very late Rax. I really expected to see Humza go into Man-at-Arms. If he's going Man-at-Arms, you would expect him to be made right away. He's actually queued 2 extra vills in the TC. He's not going Man-at-Arms. He's going FC? Question mark? Stable? Question mark? Oh my god, T90 is actually already on Spearmint, and they're Japanese Spearmint, and Humza's just now making the stable. I guess I shouldn't question Humza though. Some of the stuff he's doing doesn't really make too much sense. But last game, he showed us why it doesn't always pay off to make sense. Sometimes it makes sense to not make sense. So, Spear Scout Rush. Both players, I feel like this definitely favors Japanese, but they're going to be not like any crazy bonuses. Humza's making the scouts now. He's got the spear down from his opponent. That's pretty nice for Humza. He's not going to take too much more damage from the scout, or on his scouts rather. Nice defense here with the spears, moving them into locations where they can kind of zone out those scouts. Gonna use the berries now. Japanese, utilizing those cheaper mills. USA, love it. Japanese are just having the time of their lives right now. Look at all these fish and how cheap our mills are. You can't complain at all. He's actually T90's going aggressive. Be aggressive. So he's getting the attack upgrade. The nice thing about getting attack first here, as opposed to the other games that we were seeing, where I was kind of complaining about the attack upgrade first, is that it's shared between the scouts and the spears. So if you're going scout spear, it makes a lot more sense. If you're going only spear countering horse, then it makes more sense to go the armor, because the spear is doing bonus damage against horses. So you don't need more damage, you need more armor. Yeah, these games are Rex. All our games today are going to be Rex. Well, my games were live. I played my tournament games too, to start us out, but they ended very quickly. I'll also check the thread. There might be live games today. I didn't even check. I'm not sure. I just kind of grabbed all the recs from all the matches that were played so far. Yeah, T90's playing this very well. Definitely playing into his Civ advantage, for sure. I was definitely surprised to see not Man-at-Arms from both players, though you can see why people are favoring scouts a little bit here. Definitely going to be a lot of places to raid, being that there's a lot of mills and fish. Fish is good. It's too big of a eco bonus not to fight for and to try and go for with your vills. See, you just keep moving locations. Like, there's probably going to be people on fish. So, outside stuff that they can attack. definitely. But if we saw Mad Arm busting here, I mean, that could have been crazy. Mad Arm, a tower, 2 golds are gone, and then he can fight for outside with scouts. Like, Mad Arm, tower, go back to your base, make a stable, and then play outside. That might just be something you throw in, though, based on the map positions. This is a very odd map position. This map, I loaded it like 4 times, and it loaded this way twice, so I don't know if this is like kind of common. I would have expected the map to load up more times where they're completely separate locations, opposite locations rather. Green is taking heavy damage now. T90 is really not only putting on pressure, but he's getting the kills in. He's getting kill moves. I don't know that you can come back from this. He's even getting hill bonus here. Wow, this couldn't have gone better for T90. Wow, yeah, that's gonna be a damn GG call. That's right. That's damn right. Well played there by T90. Much more thought out, I think, for him. He's getting an economical bonus with Japanese, right, for the fish. And then he's also getting a bonus onto Spear if he's playing to Spear Scout, as he looks like he assumed his opponent would be as well. So that's 2 bonuses for him just from the Civ. And then he played it out well, microed well, used the hill, stayed away from the spears, attacked vills. So played well and thought out well by Tristan there. So we'll be going to a game 3.